My name's Lenny Guarnera, sales manager here at Courtesy Ford in Conyers, Georgia.
Roughly how many cars do you guys sell a month?
250,
And how big is your team?
16 total.
Okay, so just sales team.
That's correct.
And what are some of the challenges you faced with lead follow-up before using TECOBI?
Missing customers, just not getting to them.
How were leads being worked through your CRM?
They've incorporated some of the things that TECOBI does today. In the beginning, did not have texting availability, but now they do. It's pretty much a round robin. They get a lead. It would sit 15 minutes. It flips to another salesperson. And of course, we monitor and try to get somebody to hit up the customer, get a conversation going. But we've also made some adjustments with some other CRM, some AI, to send information, contact the customer, just like TECOBI does, sends an email or a text to the customer to kind of get the ball rolling so the customer's not sitting there waiting 15 minutes to a half hour.
And how many leads are you working a month right now?
We probably average 1,000.
And what made you decide to give TECOBI a shot?
Well, TECOBI was here when I came 5 years ago. It wasn't utilized properly. We had somebody we paid by the hour to just basically blast people.
Right.
But it was more characteristic, I should say, or caricature, memes and stuff like that were being sent out. Wasn't very communicative to the car business. It was just, hey, happy Friday, that kind of stuff. So got rid of him, and then the GM came to me, asked me, you want to take this task on, and of course we've been running since. So I'm in TECOBI all day, every day.
And have you ever used any other follow-up tools like TECOBI?
No, TECOBI is the first one I've ever used.
Okay.
Texting CRMs were not used at my previous store. It was primarily email and phone. Texting just came about in the past few years as far as a big thing. Most people did it on their cell phones, but now dealers are starting to put it and implement it with their CRMs, as we have with TECOBI. All our leads come through TECOBI to our CRM, so TECOBI's sending out a text or email depending upon the customer's communication. Like I said, never had any experience with it till 5 years ago.
And how would you say TECOBI's changed your team, how your team handles leads?
It's not necessarily how they handle them as how we react to them. Before, it was a wait and see. Did someone get the lead? Did somebody get the lead? Did somebody get the lead? Now it's no longer like that. I'm constantly in there. As the leads come through, I'm chasing salesmen or getting a salesman, one or the other. Or I answer the lead myself and give it to somebody. So it's changed in a sense of more of an urgency that, hey, we have this texting CRM. They're tapping the customer on the shoulder, and the customer raise their hand, start talking. We need to talk to them. Me personally, as a sales manager, I do work deals, but I'm in TECOBI making sure these customers are talked to one way or the other.
And what's your favorite thing about TECOBI?
Instant. It's instant, man. You see exactly who's raising their hand, who's chatting it up. I don't have to search through all the customers. I just click, hey, this customer responded. They need a response back, and I find out who's working it, and I say, hey, reach out to this customer. They're texting you in TECOBI.
Right.
So it's a quicker, less lag time when a customer is waiting for us.
Right. So you're playing like air traffic controller as
Exactly.
the sales manager.
Yeah, no, I know other dealers do it differently, but we found here, because we don't have a separate BDC, we're all inclusive. Everybody here is tasked to do everything. We don't want to have a greeter, a closer, and then somebody in a BDC. To work at our store, you got to be able to jump in and do it all. So yeah, I'm like an air traffic controller. I see something going on, I tap somebody in the shoulder, get on this, get on that. I jump in and work deals through TECOBI. So I think it's a great tool as far as not missing business. I think it probably has closed the gap for our store. They always say you're probably missing 10% of your business, maybe even more. I think with TECOBI, it closes the gap to where you're down to maybe 2, 3, 4, 5%. Because you do have that instant contact. The customer just texted you. They're sitting there waiting for a response. And if you're Johnny on the spot and you're hitting them up within a minute or two, man, it makes you look like a hero. Hey, this guy's paying attention to me.
Yeah, so like the AIs out there always finding customers that want to talk to you.
That's right.
And now your team's, instead of them having to hunt for people, they're really just fielding the people who've already responded and kind of keeping them on engaged customers.
That's right. The old school way, hey, make 20 calls, send 20 emails, all that stuff, man. That's all we used to know to do. Now with a tool like this, we actually are engaged with the people that want to get information. So we don't have to chase them or track them down as hard as we used to because they're finding us. It's just a
Right.
matter of being there, Johnny, on the spot and answering their question in a timely manner and not having them wait 30 minutes.
And what kind of results or improvements have you noticed?
The biggest thing that I find with TECOBI that's a big improvement for most stores is long-term follow-up. You know, guys are great to get that instant gratification. They get a lead, within a week or two, they sell a car. But that customer that truly is not ready today, it helps with all the pause out messages. I've had customers come back a year and a half later in TECOBI, hey, I'm ready to go. And I
Yep.
look in there, man, it's a year and a half, 2 years ago, and all I did was pause them out. Hey, we have a spring sales event going on. Yeah, I'm ready to go now. So the biggest thing I find is we're capturing business that you never would have got before because they're forgotten customers because they haven't interacted with you in 30 days, 45 days, 6 months. So we're picking up, I guess, residual business that in the past we would miss.
Yeah, and it's interesting because we have some of the top performing, for example, one of the top performing Chevy stores who's been with us for about 5 years, and they've fed quite a bit of leads into the system. The bigger that pipeline gets and the longer the system's following up, you just continue to see that incremental business growth. And then the challenge with the competition is once they realize what you're doing, they really can't come in and create that overnight. It's going to take them some time to even
No, like I said, those customers that have been just sitting there, it comes up at least once a month. I get an old lead from a year or 2 years ago. That's not something you're going to get instantly. That's something you got to work, because I pause messages out all day, every day. I'll pause a customer out 30 days to a year and a half, depending upon, the communication I've got with them. And that keeps that pipeline filled where customers are getting instant messages later on down the road that I forgot about because I just put it in the system, forget it. The system takes over. And 6 months, if I had said, hey, are you ready to move forward? Next thing you know, I got a customer I'm working that has been in this queue for 6 months just waiting because they wasn't ready yet.
Right. And have you seen a difference in your contact rate or appointment volume?
Yeah, contact rate's up. Appointment volume, I wouldn't say, because truthfully, a lot of these customers, when you hit them, they're negotiating online so much more now that we're not seeing that big change in appointments. But contact ratio, I promise you, I feel it's doubled. Compared to the old way of doing things, I really feel it's doubled your contact. Whether you're selling more or not, I know you're selling more. I wouldn't say you obviously not doubled your sales, but yeah, our contact is definitely way up because we're not missing as much.
Yeah, and it's kind of important that you notice the appointment aspect of it because we are in a new world where customers are not going to just come running into the dealership for an appointment. Yeah. They want to work a lot more of the deal remotely without the customer in the dealership. And how has it helped you do that with gathering information and
well, the biggest thing and it's took about a year and a half, 2 years now, my sales team finally understands with the TECOBI credit applications. We can send that TECOBI link through TECOBI for a credit app, and customers can do it from their cell phone, mobile device, laptop, computer, whatever. Our website application, which goes straight to Route 1, you have to be on a computer. Many times it's frustrating for a customer. Our salespeople say, hey, here's an email, a link to our credit application. And then the customer, for all day, I hadn't got the app. They finally got the idea that the TECOBI application, even though it don't go to Route 1, is a signed digital application that we can print out, put them in the system, and a customer can do it while they're in their car. And we find more and more people are doing stuff from their cell phone. So that has been a big piece that I've implemented where I get guys coming to me all day, every day. Hey, man, can you get that app out of TECOBI? I sent an app in TECOBI. Can you print it out for me? Every day we're getting applications. That tool alone is worth the money just because you're making it easy for your customer to do business with you on their cell phone.
Yeah, it's about getting information from the customer as quickly as possible because, once you get more and more information from the customer, they're committing to buying a car from you, and it makes it harder for the customer to start over. But I have something interesting to share with you. We actually do have a Route 1 integration now, and it's free to use. So I'm going to have Misty reach out, and she'll go ahead.
That'd be great. Yeah.
Get your Route 1 dealer ID, and you can just push to route one now directly through TECOBI without
Great. So same as before. It's just now they can use the TECOBI app and use their cell phone.
Yeah, exactly. And it'll just go.
Great.
We don't automatically push it to route one, but there's a button that you just push it and it goes into route one.
No, I get it. Yeah, that's cool because they can tell me they got a credit app. I don't have to print it now. I can just push it straight to route one and work a deal.
Exactly. And then you kind of touched on this a minute ago with your salespeople taking a little bit of time to kind of grasp what it is that the system does. How would you say they've adapted to it over the time that you guys have been using it?
I think based on how we operate, because it's not the TECOBI initial, hey, get all your salesmen in TECOBI, yada, yada, yada. In our business, we know you'll have one salesman that's going to be in it all day. And I see that. And we learned through trial and error the first couple of years, hey, man, we're only going to get a third of our salesmen really engaged because it's another tool and you're asking them to use this CRM, this texting tool, yada, yada, yada. So by doing it the way we do it, where I kind of manage the system and I'm always chasing salespeople, which is part of what managers do anyway, it makes it more of, I got to lead instead of, oh, God, I got to go do TECOBI. No, now it's, you got to lead, man. You got somebody who wants to work with you. Jump in it. Man, I don't get no grief. When I'm hitting these guys up, I'll send a screenshot. Hey, I'll take a picture of the screen at TECOBI where the customer's saying, call me, or hey, send me a credit app. And they're jumping on it because now they got something hot to work instead of having to start. You've bridged the gap between a fresh lead and somebody who wants to work a deal.
Yeah. And you're using it in a hybrid method, which we have a lot of dealers that use it in a hybrid method. What CRM are you currently using?
We have Vin Solutions is our CRM that we use.
Okay.
And everything goes through TECOBI to Vin Solutions. So TECOBI sends out a text or email to initiate contact. And then, of course, we do have another another texting AI, Podium, but they're only in Vin Solutions. So when the lead gets to them, if the salesman's not doing anything, they start engaging. So the initial contact, which our CRM tells you to do, if the salesman don't do it, AI does it for them. But it also engages them to where I can see, hey, this, again, you got a customer talking to AI, get in there. So that's where you're at with the AI. But again, TECOBI is kind of like the main filter because I stay in it all day long. I can see who's raised their hand, who's trying to do what. And, I'm not missing customers or very little, if at all. It's really helped engage customers and get the salesman engaged with the hot ones.
You're using it, in a hybrid fashion where the desk manager can use it as a backstop to make sure the follow-up's happening. A lot of our clients do it that way. You can go full bore and replace a CRM, or you can use it side by side with a CRM. You can bring your salespeople into it. You could not bring your salespeople into it.
Yeah.
We really worked hard to make it extremely flexible for what's going to work best for each individual dealership because every dealership's a little different. What would you tell another dealer who's considering using TECOBI?
You think you hit on it just now, the flexibility of the tool. It's not that you have to do it this way or you have to do it that way. You can use it in a fashion where the customer is comfortable. So we have some customers, they like, hey, can you call me? So you're automatically off TECOBI and you're on the phone. The idea that you have a simple message tool, it's just like your text message icon on your phone. TECOBI is the same thing. It's like a text message. We all have it on our phones. Most of the guys work off their phone. The ease of use and getting notified like, hey, I got a text message from my wife. Let me respond to her. It's the same thing with TECOBI. Hey, I got a text message. Let me see what that is. The ease of use, the not missing or having to log onto a computer and get in your CRM, it helps you to not miss business. It helps you to respond quicker to a customer instead of leaving them hanging till I get back to my office or till I get to a computer. Because even our CRM, we have an app for that. But it's a little more, I guess, congested with all the information where TECOBI is simply like a text message app. You open it up, there's a text message. You don't have to dig through it. You don't have to find the customer. You don't have to, it's just the ease of use, man. It really is. It makes communicating with a customer simple.
Is there anything else that you'd like to share about your experience?
The main thing I find is it's consistent. It's not ever changing. It's not always, or you having problems here and there. It's just consistent. You log in, like you said, you see who's raised their hand. You click the button. You got 20 customers waiting for you to respond. You're in. You're busy. The days of I don't have a customer to talk to are over. There's
Right.
no dealer that should ever have a salesman say, I ain't got nobody to talk to. Hey, send that guy home. All
Yeah.
right, truthfully, let's send him home. In the old way, through the old CRM, yeah, that could happen. They got so many leads, then they just got to start flying by the seat of their pants and just deciding themselves, well, who do I call? Yeah,
Right.
not with TECOBI, dude. You're in there. Hey, open the app up. Who were you talking to? Who's raising their hand? It's right there, man. Every day, all day. It's not ever, you're not ever missing anything. You
Yeah.
always have somebody to talk to.
It's just a machine that feeds engagement all day. Like, like
That's
you
it,
said,
yeah.
the old way of the car business is, you have a CRM and then you got to make your salespeople make 20 phone calls. Well, no one answers those phone calls. The sales guys end up cheating the calls. They end up faking the
Oh
task.
yeah, yeah.
So it
Same with
just,
emails. Yeah,
right.
you send an email, you don't hear from somebody, maybe probably because your email didn't have any real merit. Whereas TECOBI is feeding. And I love the new feature. I used to do the blast myself,
Right.
and Misty had flipped me and says, "Hey, we could do this for you now, where we're text blasting customers based on their communication, and
Right.
then you're only getting." You're going to get the feedback, you're going to get the response, and re-engage these customers. And that's pretty cool because I would send 500 to 1,000 a day out and maybe get a 20 to 40 response. On the best day I get 60, 70 responses. But you always were guessing, hey, what kind of blast do I send out today?
Right.
Where what you guys are now doing is relevant to the conversation that particular customer's having. And I'm seeing more and more. So I haven't sent a blast out in probably 2 weeks since I started this, and I'm letting the bots do it. And I'm just in here chasing customers, chasing salesmen, putting them together and working deals. That's all I'm doing now.
Yeah. Wait till that pipeline builds. We've got some clients that have been on that bot for about a year and a half now since we launched it. And there's just no time to do anything anymore because it's created so much engagement that it's just massively better with the AI sending
Yeah, no, I
intelligent.
can see that. I can see that because I'll come in, there'll be 20, 30 people just waiting. And I'm
Right.
jumping in and I'm divvying up that, hey, your customer this, your customer that. And that's the great thing. It's like, it's just so easy. It's not complicated to use. And I keep going back to anybody who's interested in this. If your guys can use their messenger or their texting, app on their phone, this is it. It's
Right.
not hard. It's not complicated. It's the same concept, and they don't even have to look for the customer. TECOBI's going to find the customer. You just got to respond to them.
We really appreciate the business. We're going to keep growing the software and making it better for you.